Well, from World War I to World War II to the Korean War to Afghanistan and beyond. Bruce Moncur is my guest. He's the founder of the Afghanistan Veterans Association of Canada. He's joining us today from Thompson, Manitoba. Bruce, thanks for your time on this Remembrance Day.
Thanks for having me, Todd.
Your thoughts as we're following and giving our viewers all the sights and sounds from Vancouver right through to Halifax.
Humbling to see so many Canadians come together, honor the hundreds of thousands of soldiers that have passed, the millions that have served. My biggest takeaway was the rabbi talked about Leo Major, the French-Canadian Rambo, as he's been nicknamed. And it's stunning to see just how amazing his story is, and it's part of what we're fighting for today with this petition that we're about to talk about.
Yeah, so tell me about this petition and you know why this is important, Bruce, for Canadians to be aware of. What is it?
So this is the Veterans Petition. We started it in July, and it revolves around unrewarded valor. In particular, a friend of mine, Jess Lowershell, who, with a broken back, a broken neck, and a detached retina and a blown-out eardrum, held off 40 Taliban and saved basically his position and fought off these 40 Taliban single-handedly. And for that, he was given the Star of Military Valor. But we're saying that we could potentially upgrade him to the Victoria Cross with an independent body review.
Right, and this petition would ask for an independent review board, correct, to look at these specific cases, Bruce?
Yes, sir, that's correct. And then, again, there'd be other cases. So I briefly mentioned Leo Major, Francis Pegamagabo, Tommy Prince. Indigenous veterans. Did their Indigenous heritage reflect the social biases of the day that they lived in, and perhaps not get them the VC that they rightfully deserved? French Canadians, Jewish soldiers like Mo Horowitz. We've identified about 40 actually soldiers that we feel would benefit from a review.
Where does it go from here? The petition to Veterans Affairs, I gather?
So the petitions to the Government of Canada, we're working with Liberal MP Pauline Rochefort. She would have been Jess's MP had he lived. He passed away, unfortunately, 2 years ago. And together, we're going to look at the best time to present this petition to the government and look at the potential of trying to form this independent body review. If you recall, Aaron O'Toole put forward a unanimous consent motion about 2 years ago, and it had all parties, save the Liberals, vote for it. So even if it were to go to a private member's bill, we believe we have the numbers that it would pass the House.
I mean, it's fitting that we're talking about this petition on Remembrance Day, Bruce. You know this very well, to make sure that we find a way to honor some of these individuals, which may not be household names to many Canadians.
Correct. And so Jess Lowershell, he's a name that this is kind of the second part of this, is the education of these incredible Canadians and bringing these stories to the forefront of Canadian consciousness and making sure they're not forgotten, and making sure, even with or without Victoria Cross, they're my heroes. And I can't imagine not advocating for them or trying to get their stories as far as possible. I'm a teacher here in Thompson, Manitoba. I teach grade 5 at Wapanup Community School. And I had the privilege of presenting a lot of these soldiers' cases to my school on Friday for Indigenous Veterans Day. And I'm very proud of that these stories of, somewhat forgotten soldiers are starting to come back to the forefront.
Yeah, this is also personal for you, Bruce, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what? I served with Jess. I have been trying to get, I've always been a advocate for Afghan veterans, and I'm just asking for a piece of brass and some ribbon. I'm not asking for a pension. I'm not asking for veterans' rights. I'm asking for, that's just it, a piece of brass, piece of bronze, and some ribbon.
Bruce Moncur joining us from Thompson, Manitoba. He's the founder of the Afghanistan Veterans Association of Canada, joining us today from the province. Good to have you with us, Bruce. Much appreciated.
Thanks for having me.